Here we have a problem that one of your classmates sent in a question on, and it says state whether the following statement is true or false. And it says if the profits in your consulting business increase by 5% in 1 year and then decrease by 2% the following year, your profits will be up 3%. So let's work this out. Let's imagine our profits are $100. So we start with $100 in profit, and we want to know how much do they increase in 1 year. Well, I'm going to multiply this by 1 plus 5%. And let me explain this here. What I'm doing is I'm saying that we want to get our profits back, so we take the 100 and we multiply it by 1 plus 100 times 5%. So another way to write this would be to say 100 plus 5% of 100. So here I'm saying the same thing. This expression is the same as this. I just distribute the 100 to the 1 and then plus distribute the 100 to the 5%. Now let me write this again. This is 100 times 1 plus 5%, and 5% is 5% means over 100, so it's 5 over 100. That's another way of writing percent. Okay, so working my way down, I would say that that's 100 times 1 plus 5%, and another way of writing 5 over 100 is to imagine a decimal place to the right of both of these digits. I'm going to move it 2 places to the left, making the denominator a 1 and the numerator a 0.01, a 0.05. So 0.05 is the same as saying 5%. So what I have here is 100 times 1 plus 5%, and that's because we get the 100 back, 100 times 1, plus we add another 5%. So let's work out what this would be. 100 times 1 is, let's move this over to the side, 100 times 1 is 100. And 100 times 5%, well, what we do here is we can simply, the decimal place for the 100, let's write that in, is right here. So if we multiply 100 times 0.05, what we could do is move the decimal place to the left twice, turning the 100 into a 1. But if we move it to the left twice here, then we've got to move it to the right twice here to cancel each other out. And we end up with 1 times 5, which is 5. So 5% of 100 is 5. And 100 plus 5 is 105. So we end up with 105 at the end of the first year. So if the profits for your consulting business increase by 5% in 1 year, well, if they're $100 to start, then after that 1 year, they'll be 105. Now, moving forward, we look that they decrease now by 2% the following year. Okay, so let me change up colors here, and we'll work in blue. The following year, at the beginning of the second year, we start with $105. Now this time we're going to multiply 105 by 1 minus, because we're decreasing, 2%. So 1 minus 2%. And that becomes 105 times 1 minus, remember 2% is 2 over 100, and that gives us 105 times 1 minus, and 2 over 100, if we move the decimal place over 2 places to the left in the numerator and the denominator, we get 0.02. That's 2%. So if we multiply 105 times 1, we get 105 back, minus, now we're going to multiply 105 times 0.02. and that gives us 2.1. And now if we subtract 105 minus 2.1, we get 102.9. And if we want to think about what that is equal to, 102.9 is equal to 100 plus 2.9. This means that the 2.9 is the increase over 2 years, and 2.9 is not equal to 3% of 100. 3% of 100 is 3 over 100. 3%. Percent means per 100, which if we move that decimal place over twice in the numerator and the denominator, we get 0.03. So 0.03 is 3%, which is not equal to 2.9%. So this is a false statement. And in fact, 2.9 of 100, 2.9 of 100 is 2.9%. So the actual percent increase for this problem is 2.9%. Okay, here we have another problem sent in from one of your classmates, and it says use the approximate rounding rules to do the following calculations. Express the results with the correct precision or correct number of significant digits. So here's the problem. Divide 103 miles by 0.61 hours. So let's write this out. We're going to take 103 miles and we're going to divide that by 0.61 hours. So if we do this division, and I'm going to do this over here on the calculator, can do long division, but let's just work this out. 103 divided by 0.61. What we get in this division is 168.82, and it actually keeps on going. I'll put dot, 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 keeps on going. Now, when you're rounding a result, you round it to the most significant digit based on what you started with. Now, if we look at our first numbers that we started with in our division, is our first number, 103, had two significant digits, a 1 and a 3. And then the second value had also two significant digits, a 6 and a 1. So between these two, we take the value that has the least number of significant digits. And in this particular case, they have the same, and that's two significant digits. So what we're going to do is, starting from the left on our result, we're going to take two significant digits, which are a 1 and a 6. So let's bring it back to black. So the result will have a 1 and a 6, except if we're going to notice here that this value 8 is greater than or equal to 5. So it would say it's greater than or equal to 5. And since that is the case, this 8 is going to cause the 6 to increase by 1 to a 7. So the 8 drops down to a 0 because it's not a significant digit, And the 6, because 8 is greater than or equal to 5, the 6 increases one digit to a 7 right here, which makes our answer 170.